before we start this video, I would like to just give a quick shout out to another channel. The channel I've been watching quite recently, two young lads, I think they call themselves Farming Bros. What I'll do is pop the channel name up for you. Go and check them out. Two young lads, and they've come on a long way. They're making big efforts down there, and finding myself watching their channel more and more. Just want to say, keep it up, lads. You're doing a great job. Yeah, keep at it. Every video is getting better and better. Nice one. I've just got two donkey cyclists behind me. Well, now they're going to race me. They're tucked in behind me because gets them out of the wind. Right, so today's video, we have got the rolls on, and we are going to go and talk about grass, and we'll talk about some paddock care, because it's occurred to me over the last few weeks there's a lot of people unsure about what they should be doing with their paddock. It's actually quite easy, it's quite simple. Once we get to the field, we'll open up the rolls, have a little look around the rolls that we're using, and talk about some paddock care. I'm not going to drive too far onto the field because the fields are still soft, and you're carrying all the weight on those two tyres, and they're very small, and if you go into too soft a grass, they will literally just sink, and you will drag two massive holes. And believe me, I know, because I've done it. And some of the fields up here aren't quite dry enough, but we're going to do the dry ones for now and move on, because we got a hell of a lot of grass to get on with. Right, so everything's all locked together to stop it from flopping out into traffic and unfolding and causing chaos. So it's got these simple little pins, little flick pins. These things are called finger smashers, and they hurt. And you just simply, that stops it from being locked in. You might have seen this, we've used this one before. It's got two on this one, just to stop it rocking about down the road. Get them unfolded, have a little look around them, and explain what we're doing. First job is we need to unfold the rolls, and they have to be done in a certain order, and it's pretty simple, to be honest. The back roller's always got to come up first, so lift your back roller up. That's on one of the hydraulics. Then out go your wings. That's on the second one. Out go your wings. You want to get them unfolded as soon as you can, because all that weight is bearing on those two little tyres, and depending on how soft the field is, it just makes a right mess. You always want to drive to your furthest field away and work your way back, and you can sort of rub out your marks if you do make any marks. And then on this hydraulic, we just got to tip them back over. Just helps if you back up a little bit, just gives those rams some extra help. Your back roller, you need to pressurize that so it's all at the same sort of pressure. We've got a little accumulator bottle on the front here, so we just have to push down a little bit. So it says about 100 bar, and then put it in float. There, about there. Watson rolls, 6.3 meters. This set here weighs about 9 tons. They're quite heavy, especially when you're dragging them on these tyres here. So what we like to do is get them through a gateway, unfold them, and even if we're going to another field, just roll our way to the field, because you will sink with those tyres. But they do a nice job. One thing we would have liked, if we were ever going to get a new set, which we're not, but one thing we would like is these end rollers, if they were curved, they would just leave a little bit nicer finish, because when you're turning on the headlands, where they scrub, they actually leave a little line, and I'll show it you later when we start turning on the headlands. We are using my tractor for once, yes. Rescue 1 is on the case, obviously, but is it the most ideal tractor? Probably not. You want something with even bigger tyres, really, because grass tyres would be the ideal thing, but you know, we're not going to go and buy a set of grass tyres to do a bit of rolling. But wider tyres as you can, really, and it just, you know, it just spreads your weight, leaves less marks in the turf. Over the winter we've had sheep on here, and they did a really nice job of just keeping the grass down. What they also poo all over the grass, so what we then do is come in with the harrows. Young Holly came in with the harrows, she's harrowed everything, and yeah, it's left really nice grass, as you can see. But what we want to do now is leave everything nice and smooth for the machines in the summer to come over. Another job, as well as taking out all the ruts and everything like that, is they will bend the grass over, bruise the grass, put the grass into a panic mode, and the grass will then shoot out some more shoots, thicken up, and you'll get a better yield. So you're doing a lot of jobs in one with the rolls. The harrows do an excellent job. They will, if you've got heavy ruts, the harrows will level off the heavy ruts. They will pull out all the old grass, and they mix in all the muck. So if you've had horses on your paddock, if you've had cows out there all winter or anything like that, get your harrows on there, get it all spread in, because it's all natural fertilizer and it will make your grass grow better. And it takes a few years of doing it, but you harrow and roll every spring and autumn, and you'll have a lovely looking paddock. And it's as simple as that. That's all there is to it. And hoping I can get my drone up later on. We need to get cracking because the day's getting on. Field conditions are a little bit delicate around here, so I've got to be careful. We're going to try and iron out some of these mega ruts here. You will never get rid of all of those, but we can make a little dent on them. It's not a fascinating job, this one, but it's quite satisfying to do, if you know what I mean. It's a satisfying job it's an easy job, you know. You sit in the tractor and it makes some fancy lines, and you try and get them as straight as you can, but we're not on guidance. We do not have guidance on this one, and guidance doesn't matter. You don't need it for a job like this. The main of the job is just covering the grass. So if you look down here, you can see that's where all the sheep have been. And sheep are perfect for paddocks, because not only do they chew the grass right down, they don't leave big, like if say you have horses on your field, you have ever such big divots if it's been a wet year, and they're ever so difficult to get out. You will never get them out completely. It takes a couple of years to get out. Sheep divots are a lot easier to iron out. Yeah, so we're going to get on with some work. When you're harrowing and rolling, because you're the first on the field, it's important to be going and looking out for just little bits of rubbish here and there, because you're going to have little bits everywhere. This is just a balloon, especially branches, things like that. If you've had a flood, you'll get branches wash in, and you'll wonder why there's a massive branch in the middle of the field, but it's where the flood, it brings it in, then the floods go and leave the branches on the field. But it's a good job to go around now, spend a little time now clearing away the rubbish, clearing away the branches and everything else that's going to get tangled up in your machines once the grass grows. And it's a perfect time to see it now, because the grass is short. Not only that, we had a glass bottle. We found a glass bottle where someone had thrown a bottle in the hedge, over the hedge or whatever. It's gone through one of the machines. It's obviously smashed. Because you're in the cab, you don't hear it go in, you don't see it because it's in the bottom of the grass. But it actually turned up in the silage. Young Holly spotted it, and it was in the silage this year. So just think for a second, when you're throwing something over the hedge or in the thing, you could be doing some harm to someone. You'll never ever stop that, I guess, but we can raise a bit of awareness. It would be nice, eh? We were just finished this field. We're going to head over. If you look behind me there, there's 1, 2, 3 fields down that way. We're going to roll our way there and then roll the fields on our way out. We won't get it all done today. I've had to go round and round. I just can't see my mark, so unfortunately no stripes on this one. Right, so we're getting on with it. The sun has suddenly decided to show its face. Now this field was ever so wet, and we're just going to have to sort of feel our way through it. I can see it's still very soft. If we can roll it, it would be nice. Ever so damp in this next field over. Oh yeah, we're a bit splashy there. I imagine we'll be able to do most of it. Yeah. But there is a point where it's too soft and you will just end up doing more damage, more bad than good. So there's no point making a mess, just go around the splashy bits. Those bits won't matter. Don't make too much mess. That's the that's the aim. Doesn't always pan out like that. Sometimes you get caught out and you sort of get to know where the wet areas are. I won't be doing any reversing in this field because it is just a little bit soft. Once you start reversing, you start scuffing up the grass with your tyres and it just ain't worth it. Yeah, I hope that gives you a little bit of insight into, you know, you don't need all this big kit to roll your paddocks. You can do it with very small kit. All you need is a roll, a harrow and something to pull it with, a quad or a very light tractor or a gardening tractor even. You don't need all the big kit to do it, but it's very simple to do. So and it'll improve you'll see a difference straight away. Right, that's going to do it for this one. Make sure you like and subscribe. If you want to support the channel, make sure you go down below, get yourself a hat or a t-shirt. Yeah, we'll catch you on the next one. Make sure you check out Farming Bros channel. I'll leave a link at the bottom. Make sure you go check them out. They're cool kids.